Welcome back, everyone. Now it's time to get to the back. I already went ahead and removed the front seats for better access, the rear wheels, the gas tank. Now we have a lot more room to play in. We've already got the axle out. I have the axle out. Already went ahead and fully welded it up. I only had it tacked in until I could verify the pinion angle and make sure I had it where I wanted it. And it's exactly where I want it. So I went ahead and welded everything up. I'm gonna go ahead and paint it. I'll get it up on the lift now. I'll put it up on the hoist, get it in the air, then we'll paint it. I have a little more trimming to do in here. I'd like to do, not much, just a little bit. I'm gonna trim this back a little further. I'd like about an inch gap in between the wheel and the tub when it's laid out. When he's riding, I'll have a lot more room than that, but I still like to leave some play in there. You never know what you're gonna run over. Some people like to ride low and skate like me, and gotta have room. So we're gonna get back on that. Got all the link bars out, chocks, everything's all out, ready to be reassembled. I'll get this painted. We'll get the gasket on. We'll get the gear oil in it. Let it dry, then we'll move on to the next. Rear end's painted, torqued. Next I'll add some fluid. And we'll get it over next to the truck, and I'll start, like I said, I'll start cutting everything that needs to be cut the rest of the way out while the axle's out to give me more room. But I could probably set the camera up somewhere like right here. Maybe something. Maybe get you a nice little angle in here. About to go take a little break. It cooled off a little with this nice little storm out here. It's actually on the other side. That's where the nasty stuff coming from. But we'll go back on in a minute. All right, as you've seen, all painted up. Frames all painted. Cross members painted. Brackets. Next, I'll cut, like I said in the last video, the little bit of extra hair trim on this on each side, just right here on each side. A little bit up front, and then up in front of the drive shaft I've got a little square coming out of up there. Once we get those, we can clean all the edges, start fitting tubs and everything else. Tubs are back there. Customer had some pre ones we'll make work, but once the tubs are in, I'll have to cut some out up there for those brackets. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but we'll figure it out as we get there. Wrapping it up like a Christmas present. All right, got everything all trimmed up where I want it. Like I said, I came back here, finger width up there as well. Trimmed a little more back here. These are the guards. I'll bend those back in and tack them. I'll drill a few holes and re-spot weld them back in. Same with those guards at the bottom below the floor. I'll bend those flush in because they go forward, so they're not even in the way. And it's about all the material getting cut out except for up here. I'm gonna be taking the pieces out between here and here, but I'll be leaving this upper piece, so I gotta do the tunnel first, then I can figure out what I'm doing in here. But I need to support it a little better before I do any more cutting. So I figured I'd maybe get the tubs in, and then I can cut some of them pieces out. So I don't know, we'll see. But that's where we're at now. Closer. One cut and one weld at a time. See, there's the trimmings. Not a lot, but I want to make it right. Until I'm happy with it, I'll cut and mock up and do what I need to do, but I'm happy with it now. All right. All right, I didn't film this next step because there really wasn't a lot to film. It would have been a lot of cut, trim, cut, trim, cut, trim. I went ahead and did the templates for the tub and the side piece. I'm actually going to trim the top of this up another 1.5 inches, but then that should be enough room for everything. It's mirrored. I've already tested it on the other side. So I just only have to make the templates, two of those. And like I said on the On this one, let's get on the floor here. Here, let's lay down here. On this one, get out of that light. As you can see, I brought it all the way over in about a finger width. Here, I'll trim just a hair more because I don't want it touching this outer panel. But then I'm gonna do another piece. Let's see, it goes to the floor. This piece here goes flush with it. It covers this piece here. It'll weld, as you can see on the other side right there. When you cut this far, it cuts some of this chassis or the support of the floor. That'll get welded in there, welded down below here. I'll cap this. But I'm gonna add another piece. It's gonna go from here to the factory piece. I'll clean this up, flush to the bottom of here. And then I'll put a piece that goes from there to there. So this will all be completely closed off. Because if you don't, the gap between the inner skin and here, let's go around. On the inside, you'll get stuff slung all up in there if you only go to here. Some people only go, and like I said, you're rotting the panel from the inside out. So, another angle of it in, give you an idea of where these tubs will sit. I'm happy with that. Now I'm ready. I think I'm gonna start doing the mock-up for the trans tunnel and leave that there. Get those mocked up, and then I'll put in all three, go from there. I mean, we'll see. This one I definitely need to do the same thing and see how far I'm gonna go back. I might, right here, cut that straight across off, cut it off back there, and then just bring it up and flush with this. Bring this basically all the way out and then down. Put a piece filler here. It's all puzzle. Little by little. As you saw, all cut out. These are the radiuses, the actual roundness of the tubs. And then I have a good fan. I have the side pieces I'll have to cut out. I don't drip all over the place. It's dripping sweat everywhere, but it is what it is. But these will get cut out, a couple of these. Before I trace and cut these out, I'm going to go ahead and do the mock-up of the trans tunnel. I believe I'll be able to get that out of that centerpiece. And then this will be the notch cover, the three pieces I need for the notch cover. I should be able to get it all out of this sheet, if not a little more. Now that all that's cut, I can clean them up, deburr the edges, get all the metal and stuff you see, clean all that up, and then I'll clean up. It's hot out here again. July and August, keep saying, are our hottest months. So I'll get these cleaned up, set aside, clean up the floor for the day, and I'll see you tomorrow.